Still have no idea what I'm doing. I want to be able to, like... Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? Sorry, I'm fucking got my fucking TV on. Give me 1 second.
Dude, it's all good. You're
I was
totally
actually
cool,
just
man.
laying down watching some videos on XCOM 2 because I was looking at getting it when it comes out. Where the fuck's your video at, nigga? You invited me to a video call and I ain't even got your video on.
I got my video on, dude. What are you talking
It's
about?
just not loaded in yet, I guess.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah, I can. I got like a
Yeah,
million
look at
things
this.
going on at once.
Look
Check this out.
look at this little girl. Frey, you wanna wake up and say hi? She's like, nah, bro. What's up, bro? Oh, fuck, man. Dude, that shit was so intense earlier today, bro. Like, dude, I cried, man. I fucking cried.
Dude, that's so awesome. Like, how?
Yeah, dude, and so far, like,
What made you come across this awesome, like,
this awesome what?
this awesome, what made you come across your awakening?
Dude, like, I was looking up, like, extraterrestrial videos and shit, and was, like, trying to figure out different types of races, because I had just seen what's it called? I want to say it's the KGB, the Russian
Yeah,
fucking cops or whatever, or CIA. I was watching their video on the alien races that are in contact with Earth, and there's 82 of them. Well, that we know they're not in direct contact, and they're talking about benevolent and malevolent fucking beings. The differences,
dude, hold
like
up.
some of their shit is, when's the last time they were seen on Earth is, do we have contact with them? If we're trying to make contact with them, what alliances they're in, and like what groups they support and whatever. And I saw something about the Pleiadians, so I was like, oh, well, they sound really chill, so I kind of want to learn more about them. Or I looked up Pleiadians, and dude, I looked at that Awakening video, and dude, it was just like destined to be, bro.
The
Like,
Pleiad, you mean
I don't
like
know
the
how to.
Pleiadian or whatever?
Pleiadian, yeah, and like I saw, you remember that Awakening video I shared on Facebook that you said you shared?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. As soon as I saw that, everything just hit.
It's so
What you just
awesome.
sent me, bro?
It's a live
kind
stream.
of about live streaming. I can see the picture of your thing, but I can't actually see your video, which is weird.
This
I
isn't
wonder
the
why.
live stream. I want to test it because if people can hear you,
Oh,
then everything's
whoa.
all good.
But yeah, let me grab a cig real quick. I'm gonna go smoke a cig. I need to quit smoking cigs, bro. Like, after I hit that meditation, bro, bro. I mean, dude, like, I'll still smoke some bud every now and then, but dude, that was the
More
best
like
high
all the fucking
I've
time.
ever had, man. No, I'll tell you, bro.
This is what
That
I'm
was
talking about.
single-handedly the best high I've ever had. It was like an acid trip with or an orgasm and ecstasy. It was like Jedi flipping all over again, bro.
Jedi. Yes.
Where's my lighter? Oh, there it is. Freya, you want to go potty? No? Okay. I'll be back up. Sorry, my dog's finally getting to the point where, like, she chooses whether or not she wants to come outside with me.
Alright, dude. I've got confirmation that people can hear you in this live stream. So that's perfect. That means I can run a radio show. Yes. Success.
Okay. Let me see. Let me get a headset on though, real quick. I'm about to walk outside.
Hey, what meditation were you talking about? My buddy Brendan's actually listening right now because he's doing me a
The one
favor
that I
and
started
helping.
off with earlier today was
Also,
shit.
Brendan, if you're
Sorry,
bored,
hold on, my fault. I put my headset in and started talking. So the meditation I started off with today, it was a chakra cleansing, but it was a guided one because it was my first like true fucking like. All
try
right,
and keep the
let's
the
hit this.
language a little bit
Oh, sorry.
kosher or
Right,
whatever.
that's right. Live stream. Got you. My fault.
It's all
Anyway,
good.
so
It's
I
live
would go
streaming
with.
as Paradigm Shift Delaware, I think.
Okay, well, I would go with the. I started off with the chakra meditation and chakra cleansing, and it was the guided walkthrough. So you have a person telling you basically what to do, what you need to be focusing on. So if
Okay.
you really want to start like that, that just opened up a whole new world because I gotta tell you, I was skeptical. Like I've heard of people seeing stuff and experiencing stuff in meditation. I was like, man, that's never like
So
I don't
this
know.
is
I'm
your first actual real
yeah.
experience with
Mhm.
any form of like sit down actually meditating on
Yeah,
transient. But
and
no,
that was
what you're talking about though is a different kind of meditation. You're going into a form of transient meditation. And that's what's really interesting to talk about. So you've taken your first steps into transient meditation, and that's where real deal awakening comes into play. Is when you get to
what,
transient form of meditation.
but
So absolutely. I want to hear more about what you got to say here. Everyone,
did you
this
want
is my
me?
buddy Bryce. If anyone is listening, this is my buddy Bryce. He's
Did you
just
want me to start from the beginning?
over the course of a few days, I guess, has massively awakened. Yeah, start from the beginning, brother.
All right. Did you want me to start from today's beginning or like my initial wake?
Um, let's go with your initial wake.
All right. So I mean, I guess what kind of started getting me into this direction was I suffer from sleep paralysis. You know what
Ah,
that is?
yes.
Is for anyone who doesn't know, is you when you go to sleep, your body has a natural function that keeps you from back when we were messing with stones and rocks. That basically, when you're sleeping in a tree, your body goes into a state of paralysis, so you don't fall out of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So what sleep paralysis is where your body's in that state of paralysis, but your mind comes back. So your mind is awake, but your body's not. So it's always accompanied with fear, sometimes pressure. People say it's like they're being held down. I can't move. And I had this happen a couple of times. I talked to the doctors. I had a sleep study ran on me about a year and a half ago. And they basically told me, wiggle your fingers. That's all we can really tell you to do because there is no cure. And the medicine that they gave me, they tried giving me a couple of different sleeping meds and they just made it worse. They made it harder for me to come out. Eventually, anyway, so that got me starting to realize, okay, so there might be something a little bit more to this. Well, then I happened to come across the Palladian message while I was just doing some freaking alien research and whatnot, and I watched it, and it hit me like a ton of freaking bricks, and I just got this like overwhelming sense of like I got this huge tingling in my body, and I just because especially when they were talking about that we were sent here to help the world come back and to awaken and to basically become one because our Earth is meant to be a cosmic library. That once I heard that, I shared it on Facebook after I watched the whole thing, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, like there's something to this. And my mom watched it, and she calls me and says, Bryce, do you ever remember what you first told me when you what your first memory was? I said, yeah. So basically, my first memory, I must have been about 2 or 3, and I remember hearing a voice saying, "Help them!" And I fell like just straight from the sky down. I could see the top of my house, went through my house and into my body. And I told my mom about this like crib I saw in the corner with all these toys, and she was like, "There's no way you would remember that. You were like 1 or 2 when that happened." So she got tripped out by that. Well, when she saw this, she was like, "Hey, Bryce, don't you remember what you told me?" And I said, "Yeah, that's what scared the crap out of me." I mean, not scared, but I don't know. It was like exciting, but it just tripped me out. So I continued doing my research, watched a couple different videos, and decided to meditate. Now, when I was doing this chakra cleansing, they said you can either sit with your legs crossed and your hands crossed, or lay down flat with your hands by your side. Now, since I have sleep paralysis, I was like, okay, I know in sleep paralysis I've had an occasion where I astral projected, and so I was like, I'll lay down. Now, it's important to know that I was completely coherent through this entire thing, and it was weird because I knew I was awake, but I was in such a different state of being. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. But I mean, so basically my first experience, I was telling Kyle about this earlier. So my first experience, I was sitting there and I started feeling tingling, moving up through my legs as my chakras got cleansed and opened, and I started feeling this energy wave, and I was sitting, I want to say, in the deepest recess of my mind, and I started seeing my body as this like energy fluctuated, and I could actually see my chakras opening and their corresponding parts. And you talk about, the base of your spine, going up to your pelvic, up to your navel, up to your heart, up to your throat, up to your third eye, and then of course your crown. So I did that the first time. I had this huge, I just couldn't believe that it actually happened. Like, I really couldn't believe. And I woke up and I was so happy and so filled with joy. I actually bursted out and started crying. And I came downstairs and I messaged Kyle. I messaged one of my other buddies. I was like, man, like, I just did this. Like, this is real. Like, this actually worked. Well, I go downstairs and I'm sitting there crying. My mom's like, "Why are you crying?" And I was like, "She's like, you don't cry." I was like, "I know I'm crying because I'm so happy." And I tell her about the whole situation. So then I was like, "Okay, I want to try this again." So I do my second attempt. This time it's more powerful. I start feeling the same feeling I felt as as the cleansing is going. I'm getting that warm tingling, but this time I was like, you know what? I want to concentrate on my third eye. Well, while I was in my third eye, for some reason, I decided to make the transition from my third eye to my crown, and I went through my crown and I saw this being of pure light. Originally, it was like and by the way, I guess I should describe what the experience was like. So I shot up through the top of my head, and since I'm laying down, I went back into where my headboard is on my bed, and when I went through it, there was like a little bright light portal. When I went through it, I ended up in a it was beautiful. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was like a galaxy. It was just like a blue with bright sparkling stars, and there was this being that first showed itself in a human, or I don't want to say, it was almost a humanoid form, but then it changed to a ball of light, and I felt this overwhelming sense of comfort and love. Well, then as soon as that happened, I popped straight back down into my body. Again, I messaged Kyle about it, talked to him about it. Then I went through a different meditation video. Hold on one second. I'll continue. Make sure my dog's alive.
Yeah.
Okay, hey buddy. Anyway, so this last one that I did was my most intense by far. So I was laying there and I was in the video. Basically, I got myself into my deep breathing. I got myself into my rhythm. And as I did this, they said to concentrate on your aura and push it out in every direction. So at first I tried this sitting up, and about 5 minutes into it, I was like, you know what, I'm not getting the effect I truly want. So I laid down and I started pushing my aura out. I focused on pushing it out in every direction, like they said. And then they said to tether yourself, to shoot a beam of pure light of your being into the ground to Gaia. Go all the way down to the center of the earth, and then grow your roots out to secure yourself to the planet and let Gaia's energy fill you. So I did that, and I started feeling this like almost an electrical feeling. And then it said to shoot another string out straight up into the sky, like straight up. So I did that. And after I did that, I was listening to the video, and somewhere it happened, and I connected, and I became into this transient. Oh Christ! Camera turned off by low video. All right, my battery's low, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway,
It's all
so
good.
my my I sent the string out, and at some point I made that transition. I knew I had made that transition. My eyes are completely closed, but I'm able to see everything in my room, which I was like, oh, I must be awake. And when I went to lift my arms up, I could see my arms on the bed, and then I saw a separate set of arms come up, right? Separate set, and it was purple with this yellow underneath it. And when I say purple, Kyle, I don't know. Can you help me describe this? Because I sat there for 20 minutes trying to describe this to
It's
him.
what you were trying to tell me. It sounded like just like an illumination.
Mm-hmm.
It's lambent. It's just forever glowing. It's toroidal.
Right.
It's just luminous. It is luminous.
And
It's
the
not
weird
really
thing
shiny. It's just
is
luminous.
even though it's shiny and luminous, I could see through it. And I remember when I lifted my hands up, I was like, I was like, oh crap, this is me. Like this is me. Like this isn't like my human. This isn't my physical body, but this is me. This is who I am. This is me. And then I saw my TV screen. Like I could see my hands, and I looked at my TV screen. And when I looked at my TV screen was off, but it had this bright white light that came out of it. And then now I'm looking through my eyes, and I'm looking into the sea. Like I fell into the ocean, and I'm seeing this water, and I have to think it's a past life that I had. And I was actually tapping into it, and it was only for a few seconds. And I gotta tell you, I was scared. I was completely overcome by fear, and I don't know why. But as soon as that happened, I popped straight back into my body and awoke. And it was it was life altering. It was it's really beautiful, but it was fucking life altering, and and you know it's like weird to say this because it sounds so crazy, but like I experienced it. I don't.
Dude, no, that is it. And other people just like you know too, because other people just like you who have been in that initial stage know what you're saying, and no, we don't think you're crazy. Not at all, because what you're saying is true. It is fact. It is happening to you. It has, and you've gone through the portals. You've gone through the gateways, and this right here is a great example of the fact that you've got. Dude, no, this is a direct reflection of the fact that people everywhere are waking up like you as a light guardian, recognizing this, seeing it, and being like, oh my god, like, I hear this call. I know what it is. Like, what, like, inside of me is it? And then you just know. And then after that, you start finding people who are like-minded, people who can help you understand it.
Where,
And that's where
which
it is. And that's what it is. So, like, how does it feel, man? Like, how does it feel to have come through
dude,
that barrier and to realize,
it
like, your
feels right, and
divinity?
it feels like I'm filling in holes that I didn't even know were missing. I was so lost. You know, like I guess I should cover this for anyone who might be viewing. I'm going to law school next year. I'm completely logically mindset. I have a 4.0. I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not. Anyways, I never thought this would happen, and the fact that it happened has just changed the entire way I view everything. And thank God I had Kyle here, because I gotta tell you, after that happened, you can ask Kyle. I was pretty freaking. I was going quick. I was, flying with it because I was so excited, and I'm so curious. And I gotta tell you though, when this was my first time doing it, and it was so amazing to see how the dominoes start to fall once you hit that initial reaction. The dominoes start going down a lot easier. But I got to tell you, I woke up and I told Kyle this. I had just eaten before I had done that first meditation, and then that second, and then right before I even did the third, I woke up and I was like, oh my! And when I say woke, I was completely awake the entire time. I was just in a trance state. And I woke up famished. I was starving. I had only, and I had just eaten maybe 30 minutes before, and I went downstairs and I ate, and I was thirsty, and I felt so rejuvenated at my soul, but my body felt so worn down from it, and I had to thank God I know Kyle, and he was able to walk me through everything that was kind of happening and listen to me and reassure me that I wasn't losing my mind.
Dude, that is so fantastic, brother. I'm so glad to, like, know that like somebody else in my area, and like not only that in my area, but that went to a school that I went to, and like I told you earlier, man, like I have seen in you before in school, I've seen in you that light, but like many others at the time, people just walking by blankly, not understanding, not knowing. It's like I knew at that time, and I still can see it in other people who are light workers or like guardians that are lost. But I'm
Well, we
so glad that like you, all the people in the area, so it's like Bryce woke up and oh, what the fuck, really? That's what yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. It's so interesting to hear
well,
these
I gotta,
these stories that you
do
have.
you think it's? I gotta ask you a question. Do you think it's weird that the Mayan calendar said that this would be the next stage, and this would become the awakening era? Like, do you think that's coincidence, or what do you think about that? Because I know everyone was like, "Oh, it's the end of the earth, it's the end of the world," but in reality, when we looked at it, multiple people, multiple historians, all of them were saying, no, this is just them telling us this is when our world's going to change. This is known as the
Yeah.
awakening period. Do you think that's coincidence, or do you think that is meant to be? What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, I think a lot of people have known what that calendar was going to, what that calendar was saying. I think
Right,
it's just um, a lot of a lot of people got swept up in the idea of apocalyptic behavior, which
right,
humankind loves to do. A new dawn
right,
or
right. I
something.
mean,
Ah, terrorist.
right,
You know what I mean? It's
right,
like, but like people like us who have known this, and this is just
right.
part of the information on this. Now you know it too, and now it's like you got plugged in, and now everything is downloading so quickly. And I think it's because we in the Paradigm Shift program and Paradigm Shift Central project have been doing these transcendental global moon journey meditations where we go above the earth and we pour light and love into our grid, and that's just a part of it. People like you are waking up now, and it's like that for me is really incredible because I can't wait to the time where we both have some time set aside to where we can actually physically get up and hang out and start talking.
Damn
Do
straight.
some
Well,
meditation in like a
like I
math
said,
frequency.
I'm free next week. I just got to finish up my schoolwork for this week, and I'm done. I'm ready to go. I can
Sounds
hang
good,
out
man.
anytime up till Wednesday, and then anytime up until Saturday.
Sounds good, man. I'm excited.
So,
All right, this is like groundbreaking stuff. Seriously, I've been working very diligently and patiently to try and build some sort of community in my area of enlightened individuals, and it's very, very unique for someone like you to come out of the woodworks because it's like that's someone that I recognize from
yeah,
not only from school and know from school, but someone that I have recognized as a light warrior who didn't know it at the time. So now that you are awake, solidifies so many more things in my mind, and it solidifies everything for you because you know
yeah,
what it is now. And it's like, whether you feel as though you're a light worker or whether you feel as though you're just a regular person who wants to live better and is tired of the way that the world is run because it's so bullshit. It
it
doesn't,
is.
it doesn't matter. Like you can feel it to be this way, or you can just, be like, what, I just really want the change and the positive outcome of this, you know.
Right.
But
I would
it's
agree.
it's really really incredible when light workers like you have come out and been like, I am here now. I remember.
Well, no, dude, like, and that's the thing is, I've got a long ways to go, and I've thanked you 100 times because without having someone to talk to, I would just have felt so alone and so out of place, and I was, and now I'm sorry. It's like a light switch goes on. You start making connections, and now you're like, okay, the Skull and Bone Society, stuff like that. These guys are messing with some stuff that feeds off of dark, off of not. I hate saying that. That
All that
feeds
stuff
off
is
of lower frequencies. Like
yes.
lower frequency feeds them, and like now it's no longer okay. That's kind of weird. Now it's like okay, that makes sense. Like I don't know, and especially the fact that I mean I only came in contact with something for freaking 5 seconds, but I knew that it was light. Like there's a distinct difference.
All right,
Now I
now
haven't.
before we get off that real quick, I want
What's
to
up?
ask you, What do you feel that being was? Who do you think that was? Because you'll be very surprised when you may or may not be very surprised when you find out the answer. But if I were to tell
Oh
you,
shit.
you probably would have a mass realization. You know what I mean? Like, what do you
I,
think it is, though? Who do you think that being?
I would like to say that I think deep down in my core, I think that was my oversoul or whatever you want to call it. I think that was there greeting me, saying, "Yeah, you're finally doing what you need to do." But I can't. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But I was
No, you're
after you
right.
asked me that,
You're
and I told
exactly
you I
right.
didn't know, and that's like you remember earlier. I told you I really didn't know, and it's just like now, like after thinking about it for a little bit, like I truly think that is my oversoul. I think that is the real me, and it was there to greet me to say, "Hey, congratulations! Like you made your first step."
Very awesome, brother. And the way you describe that violet light, that purple and pink mixture, it sounds like a very violet color with a white core. And that energy is the same energy that first came to me. It was a violet energy with a white core. And it was, it's hard to describe these colors and the way that they act and behave. And that's because it's beyond this dimension. It's hard for us to put those kind of things into a physical context with these words that we are limited to.
Right, and the only way I could and the thing was, is when I was sitting there trying to explain it to you, I was like, it was like looking into a galaxy, but that doesn't describe it. Like that just scratches the surface, and then I'm sitting here looking through pictures to show you, and I'm like, it's this mixed with this and this, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is hard. But yeah, there's no real way in at least in my collective language that I know so far that describes what I saw. Like I just can't,
It's
and
so
that's one of the
amazing.
hardest parts about it is just knowing that I can't actually describe it.
It's so amazing, brother.
And for anyone who wants to
Welcome.
know,
Welcome.
I was not on any drugs, nothing like that. I hadn't drank. I didn't even drink a couple of beers until maybe like 3 hours ago. I had 2 beers, but I did all this completely sober minded, and that's another part that just like what made it so much more powerful is that this was completely a sober minded journey, and it was accomplished. And I can't wait to see where this goes.
Dude, this is so amazing, dude. Wow. Really glad to hear your story. I'm really glad that you were strong and brave enough to come. Like, I know I sort of didn't tell you this was going to be a
Yeah,
live stream.
it's
This
cool.
is this is me testing out because I just got all this software downloaded today, and my plan and goal is to try and do a live stream every day about conscious media.
Okay.
And if you want to be
Okay.
regularly involved in that as much as you can be, you're more than welcome. And I look forward to, very much so, looking forward to um, further journeys with you and hearing about what you're going on. And very much so looking forward to linking up and getting some seriously cool fucking paradigm shifty things going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm definitely on board with it all, but I got to tell you, I would really like to. At first I need to explore for next couple of days. I'll be exploring, but I can't wait to see if we can match frequencies and just send out some light, so that way some people can use it to wake themselves up. I mean, these people when you think about frequencies and think about waken or woken versus not, like you have to think about these people. Imagine a bubble around them.
See, you
Then
already
you
know.
can't you
Planting
can't
seeds.
pop the bubble from the outside, but you can pop. They have to pop it themselves, but you can send some light into them for that to hopefully they can see the light from the outside, and they're like, oh, that's there. I want to see what that is, and they accidentally pop it. And once they accidentally pop it, they open the floodgates.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's very good
I
stuff,
don't know how
man.
else to
Wow,
explain
planting
that.
seeds. Planting
Yeah,
seeds.
planting
That's
seeds,
good.
planting seeds.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're
So
already understanding like how these things ripple out in very real ways. We got to get you linked in with the Paradigm Shift
I'm
Central
about it. I'm about
dot
it.
com homepage. That's it. Just Paradigm Shift Central dot com.
Was that from where I was reading your articles about
Yeah,
today?
yeah. The
Okay,
articles that
I
I
did
wrote.
read this.
Damn, man, excellent. I think I sent you two. There's one more.
Yeah, I read both of them. You sent me one early, like it looked like it was a YouTube video. I have not gotten to that, but like I did tell you, you sent them to me when I first kind of discovered the Palladian message, which kind of led me down this journey. You sent me that, and I did tell you I'd eventually read into it. And I did, but I didn't do it until after I had I had those first two experiences, and I was like, crap, I'm gonna go read that now, so I know what the hell I'm dealing with, or at least I have something to, to start trying to make sense of this, because
Yeah,
it is hard to make sense of sometimes. It's just,
absolutely. Very, very difficult. Can be. No, but it's very incredible, though.
yes, and I appreciate everything you've done for me, guy. I really do, man.
Well, thank you,
I
man.
really do.
It's all out of love, and it's all selfless. Like, these are just things that I do because I want to do them. I want people to wake up. I want them to start stepping into their power and getting in just getting into that mode of positive personal change and growth, because that's how we change the world around us. As soon as we start those manifesting and solidifying and crystallizing these positive affirmations of ourselves, stepping into our divinity, stepping into our higher selves path, our higher mind, and basically getting ourselves right real quick, because it's happening very fast. Very fast. The gates are open. They are flooding Earth with energy, and we have very easy and very easy, quick access to fifth dimensional energy right now. All it takes is a
Exactly.
very minute amount of concentration, and you've got access to it. And as soon as you get to the fifth dimensional level, things manifest instantly with
Right.
no regards whether or not that was a positive thought. So we have to be
Right.
mindful when we enter that space, and we have to be
Well,
able to really manifest these positive things. As soon as we manifest positive affirmations of ourselves and take charge of our own spatial dimension, the world around us starts making those changes too. And the world around us, and that's what starts rippling out in very real ways.
I gotta something I should probably share. I'm pretty sure you know all about this, but I did want to share for anyone that is kind of just now looking into some stuff. Basically, what he's talking about, these floodgates. What it was described, how it was described to me, is Prime Creator's been sending out this vast wealth of information throughout the cosmos, and right now is you have the best opportunity, best before, like up until 2012, like the barriers were starting to start to slim down and slim down and slim down, and now that we've hit our awakening cycle, it has become much more available to everyone who seeks it to tap into this wealth of knowledge, because he's been sending it and it's been blocked out because we weren't ready, and there were so many lives that we had to live to build up to this moment. Well, we're in that moment, whether it takes 100 years, 200 years, who knows, but we are in that moment, and I urge everyone, take advantage of it now. We have hit it. The faster we get this done with, the faster we can move on, and the faster we can realize our true selves and be much more, be what we are supposed to be. We are God creatures. We need to realize this, and you will live in such a great reality that there's no way to describe it. It's beautiful.
Yes,
I just
brother.
know it's beautiful. And that's not faith. I get that you have people who talk about the religion. They're like, oh well, you have to take it on faith. I experienced this. I'm not taking it on faith. That to me was a solidified fact. My entire world just got flipped upside down today.
Yes, yes,
So,
dude, that's so awesome. Perfect. Resonation is so strong. Amazing.
so
Absolutely. Earth shattering stuff. Man, absolutely earth shattering stuff.
life shattering stuff.
Yes, life shattering. Man, I really appreciate you coming and sharing your story. It was really
And
awesome. And for all, what, 3 people watching or something, for all 2 or 3 people watching right now, man, this is earth breaking stuff. And this is recorded and it's going to be available for future watchers. So to those future watchers, thank you for tuning in.
thank you very much for listening to
Yes,
my story.
absolutely. Thank you very much for listening to Bryce's story. Sorry you guys can't see him on the screen right now. I'm going to work on that and getting some more of this technological stuff figured out. And hopefully in the future I'll be able to have everybody in the Hangout on the screen. And a big, nice, big, full screen so that everyone can see instead of the
And
little
one last
blocky thing
time,
up in the
Kyle,
corner.
I gotta tell you, thank you so much for being here for me. Like you helped push me to the point that I did try it, and you gave me that security factor. You gave me a network that I could turn to for when I was ready. And as soon as I was ready and I contacted you, you were there and you talked me through it. And I gotta tell you, man, that I
Dude,
like it, man, brother. Like that. That's so much thanks going your way, bro. Like my entire world just got changed, man. It's had such a great impact, but I'm not trying to get emotional here, but I
it's
really
fine,
fucking
dude.
appreciate it, man. Like, you know me, I was in the military. I'm not an emotional person,
I know,
but
dude.
like
I
my
know.
emotions are flooding today, and I just gotta say thank you, bro. Really, thank you.
Dude, that's so awesome, man. Thank you. Namaste, man. Thank you.
My soul acknowledges yours as well, my friend.
Yes. Dude, it's
All
amazing.
right. I gotta get off now. My phone's about to die, sir. Y'all, you have a
Alright.
good night. It was good doing this, and I'll definitely be in contact with you. You can go ahead and message me after this if you would like, because my phone's going straight on the charger.
Alright, brother. Sounds good. Keep in contact. I'll be in contact with you throughout this whole process, man.
Thank you, my friend. All right,
Absolutely,
man.
brother. Have a good
See
one.
you later.
See you
You too,
later.
man.
Wow, guys, that was incredible. It's really incredible stuff, man. Just like that, someone is right around the corner, in the area. Like 2 neighborhoods over or whatever. Totally woke up. Mind blown. It's fantastic stuff. And that's just proof that what we're doing works. Or what we're doing is manifest real reality. Doing the good stuff. Brendan's messaging me and said, "This is amazing. Maybe we can get somebody else in the hangout." I still got, I think, an hour left on this broadcast. If I can't get somebody else to jump in a couple minutes, then maybe I'll just cut it short. But we'll figure it out. Put some posts out and see if anyone else can jump in. Other than that, people who are listening, possible dropper buyers, um, you are dreaming. You're dreaming. Look at your thumbprint. It's the same spiral of the galaxy that we live in. Yes, that's what it feels like to shift your pants. Shifted my pants on. That's too funny. Alright, we're gonna see. Who else maybe we can get into the hangout. Have a cool conversation. Or maybe I'll jump into Michael's hangout. If anybody is watching and wants to jump in, message me on Facebook if you have me on Facebook. If not, maybe drop some comments. And I think I'm going to put my Facebook information in the comments on the YouTube video. So, and you guys listening, share this video. If you guys want to jump in, message me, you know what I mean? I'm going to drop my Facebook information so you guys can contact me. And for future listeners, who want to grab this information, it's going to be in the comments, the first comment, I guess. Don't really expect too many comments to fill it up anyway, so here we go, and drop it in. Yeah, I don't know how to do that right now. It will be in the comments section, however. I'm trying to get somebody to just come through. And then I suppose. Anyways, other than all that, good stuff going on in the world of Paradigm Shift. Dun 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 dun. Let's do some flowetry or poetry or whatever comes to the mind. For everything is divine in the spatial time conflux of reality's dimensional influence. Cool. Alright, you guys, I actually think I am gonna cut this live stream event off, because I think everyone else might be doing their own thing tonight. So, thank you. Thank you for being wonderful. Thank you for being excellent. If you've made it to this portion of the video, you are a trooper. Because I didn't do anything for like the last 5 minutes. But, excellent live stream. This might be edited out. I'm not sure. Wow. Incredible, incredible stuff that just went down. 2 neighborhoods over. Namaste, everyone. Light and love, y'all. Light and love.